Hey, it's Bill Brandmeier. I'm here with head coach Bill Self. And Bill, you and I have known each other for a while. We've done a few of these things. And I just want you to know that if I haven't told you in the past, I'm honored to be part of your life.
Well, I enjoy you a lot. I don't know how much. I don't know if I want you to be a big part of it, but no. Hopefully we can knock this out of the park and do a lot of good for a lot of youngsters out in our community.
Well, the whole reason that I asked you to sit down with me was because I want to let people know that we're doing this event together. It's called the Blasters, not the Masters. It's a top golf event. It's a fun Battle of the Bays with a lot of people coming together to raise money to help kids connect to sports. And one of the cool parts of our event is that we have 300 kids come from Boys and Girls Clubs and Big Brothers and Big Sisters and other organizations that we've funded throughout the year, and we give them golf lessons. And so we bring the KU golf teams to the event to give them golf lessons. And I know you love golf, so I was hoping that we could get you there to give kids a little bit of insight on how a good golf swing goes. Like, that's something you'd be up for?
Well, I got one of my staffers, Doc Sadler, who claims that he has the best swing amongst our staff, which I find ridiculous to believe. but you don't want to learn from any of us. But it is a great game, and it's a generational game in which you can play as a son or daughter, or as a parent, or as a grandparent, your whole life. So I know I'm taking advantage of it.
Well, the ShareWaves Foundation, like the Assist Foundation was in the past, we're sports agnostic. We just want kids to move their bodies better, engage in sports so they can get coaches that mentor them and make them better people. And when you did the Assist Foundation, fundamentally what you were trying to do was you did Bill's Boogie, and you did some bike things where you got kids on bikes, and you were just trying to connect to kids with sports, right? I mean, that's the fundamentals.
True. But at that point in time, I was trying to connect kids with inactivity.
Right.
And so it wasn't as much what you're trying to do, Bill, in my opinion. It was more about how do we get kids excited on a lifestyle, with obesity and so many other things that are going on. Now, I know that's a component of what you're doing, but what you're doing is better, in my opinion, because selling the point that the advantages of our participating in sport create lifelong habits that's much different than just the obesity aspect of it. So I think this is more encompassing of what kids really need.
We call it a holistic model where we're trying to get the mind, body, spirit of kids. But physical activity, it all starts with getting them out there physically active. That's what I loved about the Assist Foundation, what you and Cindy were trying to do. I gave you a report today. The Kansas City Physical Activity Plan put together this state of play for Kansas City, and it showed that kids in Kansas City, 24% are getting 60 minutes a day. That means 76% of the kids in our city aren't getting enough physical activity. And those were the stats that kind of troubled you early, right?
Yeah, I happen to have my grandkids in to see me, and beginning at 7 a.m. this morning, they had 60 minutes in by 8 a.m.
Sure.
as far as running around and being active. But it is different now. It's different now with the different devices that you're looking at. Even as an adult that's involved with guys that are very physically fit and gifted, you can certainly see how if it wasn't mandated for them to do certain things, how they could get caught up into that as well. It's so easy to do, and obviously easy for adults as well. So 76% is not enough. 24%, to be honest with you, I think is probably about what I thought it would be, to be honest. But we got to get that number up. That's 70% of our kids are going to be leaving home without the habits of understanding what a healthy lifestyle really looks like.
Yeah. Well, so you just got done with boot camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just put your kids through it? I mean, all your guys, did they?
They finished. Yeah. Boot camp's hard. Boot camp's hard. Call it boot camp for a reason. It's hard, but it's good. And the thing that sports teaches us in so many ways is, it's the other half of education in the school system.
Right.
And people may not totally buy into that, but where else can you go and be taught things directly and indirectly as far as teamwork, unselfishness, dedication, accountability, responsibility? There's so many things that are taught directly and indirectly through sports that is the fabric in which you want to go on and be a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, that you want to instill in your own kids. And so even though it sounds like, well, that's down the road, but what you learn at an early age is stuff that will stick with you forever.
Yeah, and you built your life on bringing young men into your program and turning them into productive members of our world. And everyone that has played for you will just commend you for giving them those kinds of life skills.
Yeah, I don't know if it's everyone would commend in the same way, but what I will say is the life skills don't have to come from a college basketball coach or Andy Reid or somebody that is viewed publicly as being an ultra successful coach. The life skills comes from the YMCA, comes from people that volunteer their time, because there may not be everyone that's adept in X's and O's, but there's a lot of folks out there that's very good at saying, no, this is what wins in life over time. And we need more of those leaders, but we also need more participation with the kids.
And that's what we're doing at the Blaster. We're raising money so that we can do three things. We want to give kids cover some costs, get them into sports if they can't afford it.
Sure.
Under-resourced kids need help. We also want to bring camps and clinics that are high-quality camps and clinics into the lives of kids. So we hire fitness trainers to go into kids' lives, mentors that have, skill sets that can deliver to kids. And because transportation is such a problem, they can't get to where they need to get to. And the third thing we're kind of trying to do is educate coaches and educate parents on how important it is to connect to kids through physical activity, exercise, and sports. And so I'm really excited that you're coming to help us.
Well, they're all three obviously very important, and kids, regardless of the circumstances, and we can make excuses, and many of the excuses can be valid and good ones, but it's an end result business too. Yeah. So regardless of the obstacles that stand in some way, we still got to plow through those and get to the end result. And people do have obstacles, and nobody's doubting that at all. But how do we make it easier and more accessible for kids, regardless of what their obstacles are?
Well, it's the very reason why I ask you to be a part of this deal, and how I continue to come back to you. Obviously, having Bill self-involved is good for anyone, but I know you care about this, and I know this is a very important, cause for you. You're going to come to the Blasters. You're going to experience what's happening with the kids, and you're going to bring some of your players from this year's team.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about this year's team.
Yeah. I'm excited about our team too. I don't want any of them get hurt swinging a golf club right now. Even though we do have a couple of guys that actually are pretty good.
I heard KJ's good.
Nah, he's improving. Hunter, they're okay. Dylan and Pat, they can both play. Right, Pat, one of our walk-ons, he's right at a scratch. So, but they can play. But the other kids love it. But even more importantly than that, forget about whether you're good, bad, or indifferent. Just being together and connecting with some youngsters is what it's all about.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it's October 13th. It's Sunday night. It's going to be an incredible night. We're going to have a really great engagement, great entertainment. We're having the Battle of the Bays, which is a corporate kind of golf deal. But having these kids there and having the KU golf team come and give them golf lessons is the best part of this event. And having you there is...
Well, I would think that my staff, including myself, but my staff primarily, could learn, stance, grip, a lot of things from the KU golf team, like the kids can.
And both Jamie and Lindsay are doing a great job. And so really appreciate your time. Glad that we got a chance to talk and catch up. And I look forward to having you at the Blasters on October 13th.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, thanks.